Up next, I would like to invite a friend and colleague, Paul Lavoie, the Chief Manufacturing Officer for the state of Connecticut, to join me.
I am so excited to be here today and so excited to be with ONI and announcing the launch of this initiative for the state of Connecticut. You know, when we do things like this, we really want to ask the question why. You know, why are we doing this? Why is it important to do it? And I went down to the University of Bridgeport and I met this young lady named Clovia. Now she's here, right? Oh, there you are. There you are. How are you? I met her and she told us the story of her product, and she told us the trials and tribulations she went trying to bring this product to market. And it was a great product that would have significant impact. And I left there saying, this is important to do, and how can we do it? And then, you know, I had an opportunity to come here to Novo Precision, had an opportunity to meet Bill, had an opportunity to tour this facility and see the work that he does in his R&D center of supporting entrepreneurs and doing the work here. And by the way, Clovia sent her prototype to the Philippines to be done. And when it came back, it needed to be done again.
Right.
I looked at it and said, we can't manufacture. And actually tapped out our resources doing that. And so the why is, you know, how do we be able to take that entrepreneurship? How do we make sure that it stays here in Connecticut? How do we make sure that we're supporting our entrepreneurs? And so ONI and I together are funding Forge Impact here in Connecticut. We're so excited to have Laura and Adam and her team here. This is really going to basically take our arms around our entrepreneurs from proof of concept to commercialization. We're going to put our arms around our entrepreneur network in Connecticut, and we're going to watch them grow and going to watch them succeed. So very grateful for the support of the governor in supporting these projects, supporting the MIF fund, but more importantly, you know, supporting Connecticut manufacturing and making sure that we continue to be the leader in the nation as it relates to manufacturing by supporting our entrepreneur network. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited, and this is going to be, well, it's not really day one, though. We've been doing a lot of work in the background, but this is day one. This is day one, so thank you so much.
That being said, up next, I'd like to invite Laura from Forge.
Hi, I'm Laura Teicher, and I'm the Executive Director of Forge. At Forge, we believe in innovation. We believe that when it comes to solving the world's toughest challenges, the manufactured products that we help with are crucial. And we believe in localizing the production of these products. It's a powerful way to drive regional job creation, economic health, and resiliency. Forge helps achieve this through product development and manufacturing-focused supports and education, paired with warm and right fit introductions that lead innovative companies to establish local supply chains. Since we started this work in 2015, we've helped almost 600 innovative companies on the path from prototype to production at scale. This work has supported over 5,000 jobs in innovation and manufacturing. The innovators we work with at Forge come to us from across the country and around the world. Even so, a majority of these companies that we work with are currently coming to Forge from New England. And nearly 2/3 of the contracts to manufacture attributed to our introductions are between companies within 60 miles of each other. Today, we're announcing the establishment of Forge operations here in Connecticut. We will be helping Connecticut innovators to navigate the journey from physical prototype through to commercialization, and helping them find manufacturing and supply chain partners within the state of Connecticut. We look forward to increasing our impact through this expansion, and we could not do this without our partners. Forge operations in Connecticut are powered by CT Next and the Connecticut Manufacturing Innovation Fund. And I want to give a big thank you to Oni Obiocha and to Paul Lavoie for their advocacy, and to Governor Lamont for his support. We are also grateful to the support of companies like Samtec, who are partnering with us to support this expansion of services. We are grateful for all of this support and eager to get to work here in Connecticut. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Up next, I'd like to invite Adam to share as well.
Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Rodriguez. I'm the Vice President of Forge, and I'm leading the charge to engage critical partners and collaborators in Connecticut and establish Forge's Connecticut Advisory Council. I'll also be hiring a local support team to set the stage for long-term impact and sustainability here in Connecticut. We're here to talk about how we help innovators go from prototype to commercialization. When the founders of Flow, a Yale clean tech startup, needed to overcome development roadblocks ahead of their pilot launch, they went looking for ways to quickly prototype and test their product. Flow has developed an environmentally friendly solution to tackle the $11 billion US ice dam market. A non-dilutive Forge product development grant helped them to conduct user and accelerated lifetime testing, allowing them to launch a nationwide pilot program across 50 different sites to gather data on products' performance. Another example, and one of the first startups I ever worked with back in 2016 was a company called QuickCore. The co-founder, Matt Adams, a Marine, had an idea for a device that could carry military-issued paracord tangle-free. When they came to Forge, their prototype was nothing more than an empty toilet paper roll and some duct tape. So they needed help connecting with industry experts that could help bring their concept to life. Through the connections made by Forge, they were able to create a low-cost proof-of-concept prototype that was designed for scale. This allowed them to pitch to investors. And then they raised enough money to work with a regional injection molder to fulfill customer demand. Today, this company is thriving and selling their product on the market. Each time Forge comes through with very specific resources. So how do we do this? We start with one-to-one engagement. So we find out exactly where the innovators are in their product development journey and what they need to scale. We help companies that have at least a prototype, and they help them get to the next level. And it's not just startups. More established companies with innovative products are coming to Forge for help as well. Then we work with local manufacturers and across the supply chain, including design firms, engineers, to understand how they want to engage with innovators. And then we offer them right fit connections. We make it easy. By working closely with both our innovators and our suppliers, before we make the connections, we build trust on both sides. And then we provide interventions and education around manufacturing readiness, and we de-risk these opportunities. I want to give a special thanks to our Connecticut Advisory Council, Ron Angelo from CCAT, Jack Crane from Constep, Marty Guay from Stanley Black & Decker, Bill Hazard, Novo Precision, Frank Kaczynski of Foot Traffic Stats, Paul Lavoie, State of Connecticut, J.R. Logan from Make Haven, Oni Obiasha, CT Next, Christian Rodriguez from Samtec, Mike Rohr from the Entrepreneurship Foundation, Jamie Scott from Manufacturer CT, Deborah Sasiski from Makerspace CT, Emily Yale from Land Maverick, and Dr. Marianne Zanuck from Xanades. I also want to echo Laura's thank yous, and thank you to everyone that came together to make this happen. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Adam. Next up, I'd like to invite Bill to the podium.
Welcome to Novo. So I actually bought Novo about 8 years ago. It was a small manufacturing company called TAC, which was the old owner's initials, which we couldn't have. So we came up with Novo, which is actually Latin for to remake, revive, renew. So that was what we tried to do. Or that's what we've done, basically. So we've invested a lot in this building. We actually added a building across the street, a building up the street, and we've just been methodically building the business over the last several years. So when Paul came, it's about a year ago, I think, he asked me, hey, what do you need? And my comment to him was, we need products to make, like strategic products to make. And we don't want to just make products. Like, you know, for me to steal a part from a company down the street and save someone a penny, it's like kind of meaningless. We want to make products that add value, right? So sort of my focus here at the company is really finding strategic new products and strategic new customers who we want to work with, right? So I think that's a natural overlap with what we're trying to do here with Forge, right? We're always investing in our people, our processes, our infrastructure. We have a fantastic team here, great group of people, right? We're localizing our supply chain. It's one thing which we're doing. We're moving product back closer, within a mile of here. We're trying to get the majority of our supply chain, right? And then we're constantly focused on improving how we do things, right? I mean, that for me is in a nutshell what we're doing within our business, right? The way we describe our business, our mission, simply solve our customers' problem. Right? Our vision is we have a uniqueness here. We have the ability to design. We have a very strong engineering team, and we're continuing to invest in the engineering team. We would be taking advantage of the co-op summer program this year in a big way, right? Of having interns here from local colleges, right? But we have the ability to design. We can build pretty much anything here. The only thing we can't do here is, as I say, heat treat and coating, right? And we can get that done within a couple miles, right? We operate at a pretty high level, right? And then we have a improvement team which is dedicated to improving processes, right? So we actually have a consulting company where we're hiring young engineers and we're building these skills. So they do consulting here, and they also have companies external which we consult for. Right? So our values: respect for people, customer first, Kaizen or improvement culture, and we focus on solutions. So just a great team we have here. You know, one of our big focuses, you know, and it's actually right here, that's not by design, that it ended up right behind you. That's one of our big focuses this year, is really focusing on our new product development process and becoming much more efficient at doing it, right? So, you know, that is really a pipeline in our future of building. And we are always looking for new products to put through that process. Right? So, and we will, you know, for the right product, we will continue, you know, to invest and add infrastructure to be able to support that. Right? So, one of the things, just from my perspective and going through this, every one of these products, I mean, this is, you know, for an entrepreneur, it's amazing how hard it is to develop a product. Right? It's expensive. You got to get different expertise depending on what the product is, but it's a mountain, right? And what someone may think is really easy, I mean, the details of doing something like that and getting a manufacturing process that works and you get a product out that works every time and customers want is a really kind of long, hard process, right? So this is really interesting to me because I think we have a lot of these capabilities to help and work on the right strategic. It won't be all products, but for certain products, this is really interesting for us, and I think is going to be a win-win for Novo, a win-win for Connecticut, and a win-win for Forge, right? So, very good. Look forward to working with everyone here. So, thank you.
All right. Up next, we have Clovia McIntosh, founder of IRL Innovation.
Hi everyone, my name is Clovia McIntosh. Quick introduction, developing my bathtub for toddlers has been like taking a master's class in product development. Quick backstory, my nephew was 10 months old. He slipped while I was giving him a bath. Luckily he's fine, he's 8 now. But I did learn that there are over 23,000 children under the age of 4 that are hospitalized annually for slips and falls in tubs. And I realized he had already outgrown his infant-sized tub, yet he was still too small for a full-size bathtub. So we decided to come up with a collapsible, height-adjustable bathtub to help reduce slips and falls in young children. Didn't know where to go, so I I was referred to Make Haven, where that J.R. Logan runs, and I essentially teamed with some engineers and created my first CAD. So now essentially I have a picture, right? Where to go next? Then I decided to re-enroll at my alma mater, the University of Bridgeport, to get my MBA. Elena Cahill, she's actually here today. She founded the Innovation Center there, where they provide mentorship to help entrepreneurs get their ideas to the next level. UB, in partnership with CT Next and other organizations such as Northeast Community Foundation, awarded me with grant money to help get my product to prototyping. Once I had my prototype, I decided to return to Make Haven. This is where I met Forge. Forge presented me with a list of manufacturers that I can use. Not only did they follow up, but ultimately I was led to a manufacturing company in Boston, right outside of Boston, in Framingham, who is currently working on the final design for a pilot launch, which should be happening this year. And that wouldn't have been possible without the assistance of Forge. I just wanted to say I'm so grateful for the state of Connecticut. It's been definitely a road, okay? Like I said, my nephew's 8 now, and this happened when he was 10 months old. Connecticut has a great ecosystem. I have tapped into a lot of resources. Recently, I received a grant from SCORE in Fairfield as well to help get the pilot launch started. I just want to say I'm excited that Forge is coming here to help make this process a little bit easier for entrepreneurs like myself. I have found Connecticut to be rich in resources, and I know that Forge will add synergies already in place to help startups reach their next level of success. So thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, Flavia. And up next, I'd like to invite the esteemed Governor Ned Lamont. Governor Craig.
Clovia, part of entrepreneurship is product extension. So after you get that little bathtub for the little guys, think about a bathtub that helps old guys get out. It's a growing market there. I'll just tell you, listening to the stories, Connecticut used to be the most entrepreneurial state in the country, going back some time. And we did hamburger and the Frisbee, Mickey Mouse watch, but we also were the leading state and the leading country in the world when it came to manufacturing. We were the Silicon Valley of manufacturing. There was Mr. Pratt, there was Mr. Whitney, there was Eli Whitney, Singer, Igor Sikorsky, and over the last 50 years or so, we've slowed down a little bit. Well, not here in Bristol. You created the first all-sports network in the world, and, Jeff, for that one last piece of entrepreneurial juice. But what Paul and CT Next and Forge, we got to do a better job of helping our entrepreneurs go from concept to design to build. And we've tried to do this in the state of Connecticut. It starts with workforce, it starts with internships, it starts with apprentice programs, giving people ideas. There's a great company to empower people and make sure that they have an opportunity to take that idea and take it to the next level. They want to stay here at Novo because you give them that chance. If you don't necessarily have that chance, you spin off and try and do something on your own. And I had the opportunity to start up a little IT company many years ago, and there's nothing better than the opportunity to start your own company and see if you can put your heart and soul into it and make it grow. And I wish I had had a Forge. You know, in terms of taking that concept, putting you in contact with the customer, figuring out the supply chain issues. We have a variety of startup funding sources, Paul, to make it a little bit easier. We have the Manufacturing Innovation Fund to help with the equipment, to help with the training that you need right now. These are all ways that Connecticut can get a little bit of a competitive edge when it comes to entrepreneurship, in this case, manufacturing. You know, we have one of the most talented workforces in the world. You want to know why we have a competitive advantage compared to the rest of the world? It's the quality of our workforce. And a lot of these folks have extraordinary ideas of how to take the next generation of manufacturing. So that's why we're so proud to be here with this group. You know, talk to Stanley Black & Decker. I mean, they would love the next generation of ideas, love it to be right there at Stanley Black & Decker for, personally, right here in the state of Connecticut anyway. That's what I want to hear. And that's what we're trying to do right now for each and every one of you. starts in our academic institutions, but moves from there pretty quickly. And that's what Forge does. I know you've had great success in Massachusetts. Always envious of what's happening there, but you come to the right place here in Connecticut. Help us grow, help us prosper. I want to have a lot more of Mr. Pratt, Mr. Whitney's, Mr. Sikorsky's right here, thanks to you.
All right, thank you all for coming here today. I think as folks mentioned, this is just the beginning. So please, as we go through this ongoing process, and we'd love for all of you to keep in touch and see how we can support our entrepreneurs and manufacturers in the state. I think we're going to go on a small tour now. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. Thank you all so much.